In 2012, Zhang Ruimin, the CEO of Haier, did something that Western executives would consider insane. He eliminated middle management. Not reduced, eliminated. Over 10,000 middle managers were removed from a company of 80,000 employees. The entire traditional hierarchy was dismantled and replaced with something completely different. The result? Haier went from a struggling state-owned enterprise to the world's largest appliance manufacturer. They've consistently outperformed competitors in innovation, speed, and employee engagement. This is the most radical organizational experiment in modern business, and it proves something important about what's possible when you fundamentally rethink coordination. To understand what Haier did, you need to understand what they replaced. Traditional hierarchies coordinate through chains of command. Information flows up, decisions flow down. Managers at each level interpret information from below and translate decisions from above. This structure made sense when information was expensive to transmit and difficult to access. Managers were information processors. They aggregated data from their teams and made decisions their teams couldn't make. But this structure has massive overhead. Every level adds delay. Every handoff loses information. Every manager has their own priorities and biases. The telephone game, from frontline insight to executive decision, corrupts the signal at every step. Haier's response was a philosophy called Rendanheyi. The word is hard to translate directly. Ren means person or employee. Dan refers to customer value. Hei means integration or unity. Roughly, it means integrating employees directly with customer value. In practice, Rendanheyi meant restructuring the entire company into micro-enterprises. Haier dissolved its traditional divisions and reorganized into over 4,000 small units, each operating like an independent startup. Each micro-enterprise has direct customer accountability. Each controls its own hiring, compensation, and strategic direction. How does coordination happen without managers? Through internal market mechanisms. Micro-enterprises contract with each other for services. If a product micro-enterprise needs manufacturing capability, they negotiate with a manufacturing micro-enterprise. Pricing is transparent. Performance metrics are public. If you can get a better deal from an external supplier, you can use them instead. This creates accountability without hierarchy. In a traditional structure, a manufacturing team might be unresponsive because their manager prioritizes other work. In Haier's model, an unresponsive manufacturing micro-enterprise loses contracts and fails. The market disciplines behavior that used to require managers. Compensation is tied directly to customer value created. Employees aren't paid based on job descriptions or manager assessments. They are paid based on the value their micro-enterprise creates for customers. If customer satisfaction increases, pay increases. If the micro-enterprise fails, everyone suffers. This eliminates the need for performance management. The market provides continuous, objective feedback. No annual reviews, no subjective assessments, just customer outcomes translated into compensation. The results have been remarkable. Innovation velocity increased dramatically. When a micro-enterprise identifies a market opportunity, they don't need to convince layers of management to pursue it. They just do it. If they're right, they're rewarded. If they're wrong, they pivot or fail. Speed to market accelerated. Without coordination overhead between departments, products move from concept to customer faster. Decisions don't wait for meeting schedules or approval chains. Employee engagement improved. People feel ownership when they actually have ownership. Micro-enterprise members are entrepreneurs, not employees. They're building something, not following orders. Accountability became real. In traditional organization, failure often has no consequences because responsibility is diffuse. In Haier's model, failure is direct and visible. Teams succeed or fail together. Now, I need to be honest about the challenges. Haier's transformation took over a decade and isn't complete. The shift from hierarchy to market requires massive cultural change. People who spent careers building status in a hierarchy had to accept that status no longer mattered. Internal markets can be inefficient. Transaction costs add up. Sometimes hierarchy is more efficient than negotiation. Haier has had to continuously refine how micro-enterprises interact. The model requires exceptional transparency. Internal markets only work if everyone can see pricing, performance, and alternatives. Building those information systems is hard. Cultural context matters. Haier is a Chinese company with Chinese cultural norms. Some aspects of Rendanheyi may not translate directly to Western organizations. The principles are universal, but implementation varies. So what do we learn from Haier? First, hierarchy is not the only coordination mechanism. We've been trained to think that complex organizations require management hierarchy. Haier proves otherwise. Markets can coordinate. Platforms can coordinate. Hierarchy is one option, not the only option. Second, accountability can come from structure, not management. In traditional organizations, managers create accountability by monitoring and evaluating. In market-based organizations, accountability comes from customers and contracts. The structure creates accountability. You don't need humans to enforce it. Third, information transparency enables coordination. Haier's internal markets work because everyone can see what's happening. Transparent pricing, transparent performance, transparent alternatives. Information replaces managers as the coordinating force. Fourth, transformation takes time. Haier didn't flip a switch and become a market-based organization overnight. They evolved over more than a decade. Organizational transformation is a journey, not an event. Netflix replaced project managers with context. Spotify organized around autonomous squads. Haier replaced hierarchy with internal markets. Different approaches, same direction. All three organizations recognize that traditional coordination mechanisms create overhead that limits performance. All three found alternatives that coordinate without coordinators. In the next episode, we'll look at GitHub, where the coordination mechanism isn't context or markets, but the platform itself. What happens when coordination is built into the tools people use?